This is what I'm excited
let's
about.
go. Let's go. Fire it up. Fire it up. Here we go.
I want to talk about you guys, not about us all the time. This is what I live for right here. Some of you go through some really hard things, some really interesting things, some really weird things. So I think it'll be fun for us to talk about them and hear from other people, because
and then you
why
guys
should I keep all these goodies for myself?
And then you guys could keep sending them in, and then we could talk about them. We'll do it anonymously. You don't have to be worried about anything.
Yeah.
And then
I'm sure, and I know we have similar things that we've even gone through that I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so we know how we handled that.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't the best.
I belong to you.
Okay, come on, honey. You look really pretty.
All right. Hey guys, I'm Kristen.
And I'm Steph.
We're here, we're pumped today. We're doing a new segment. I think I mentioned it in the last video, but we're doing a new little, I'm going to read a few situations or scenarios from some of you who have sent in and asked, what the hell should I do in this situation?
We haven't really titled it yet.
Something around lesbian dating / relationship advice / group discussion.
Yeah, I like the group discussion because then they can ask anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be about dating. Also, it doesn't always have to be our opinions.
Our advice, yeah. It's more like sharing experiences, because when I get these emails, it's hard to respond to all of them in a very thoughtful and genuine way. So at least if we can maybe come on here and talk about them, maybe someone will have a very similar situation, and then we can all commiserate and collaborate and talk about this stuff. If we do give advice, you just take it with a grain of salt, as always. Really quickly, before we get started, we do have a sponsor for this video, and we'd really like to thank Poshmark. Poshmark, if you don't know already, I know it's new to Canada. I think it came to Canada last year, but it's been in the States for a while, and it's basically the best way to get rid of cute things that you don't necessarily wear anymore, or even if you're just cleaning out your closet. We really
so it takes on it.
Like, we're trying to really trim our closets. You can shop from thousands of brands. There's everything on there. Levi's, Aritzia, American Eagle, Urban Outfitters.
You can find anything
Zara, literally anything, because it's just other people who are selling their stuff, other people who want to buy your stuff. I'm new to Poshmark because it's relatively new to Canada, but if you want to go check out my closet, you can peruse my things. I have this tank top. I thought I was going to wear it to Pride, and I didn't end up wearing it. It still has its tag on. This bodysuit that I really like, I don't know why I didn't wear it. I really like it. It's like a dark green. It's from Aritzia. Super cute, nice long sleeve.
Do you work for Aritzia now?
Florals. Yeah. Crop top from Reebok.
Oh, I like the shorts.
Didn't know when I bought them. I don't know what was wrong with me. I've literally only worn these once because they're extra small, and I am not an extra small.
Nobody got time for that.
Especially in pants. So if you got a teeny booty out there, a lot of the stuff you can get for up to 70% off, sometimes even more. So I'm trying to do more selling on there than buying, but yeah, you can do whatever.
We'll see how that goes.
You can download the Poshmark app. I'll put the link in my description box. You can shop my closet or any of your favorite brands. We can be closet friends. So let's get into the good juicy stuff.
Yes,
I'm gonna pull up. Some of them are long, but I tried to trim them a little bit just for time's sake. Change of plan. Here we go.
What are we?
I'm gonna keep them all anonymous
too.
I have it written down as lesbian dating / relationship stories, reactions, and advice.
We'll work on that.
Yeah,
We'll take
it's
it.
a working
We'll take
title.
it.
Story number 1. I know that you probably can't give me an exact answer or tell me what to do, but any helpful advice, encouragement, and or support you can provide will be incredibly appreciated.
All right, we'll do our best.
Short of the long story is that I have a best friend, and we have been best friends for 9 years.
Okay.
After only a short amount of time in our friendship, we had this incredible depth and connection. It was emotional at first, but then 3 years into it, it turned physical.
So that's 3 years into their friendship.
Yes.
So
It's been quite the roller coaster of emotions for the past 5 years, and one of the most difficult parts is that no one in either of our lives knows about it. That would really suck. The other really tough situation, which I am not proud of, is when this started, she was married and has kids.
Okay, so they're older.
Yeah, she's in her 30s. Things were never good with her marriage. He was terrible to her. Not that that's an excuse. Okay, very self-aware.
That's
not
good,
an excuse, but okay. The connection that we have is unlike any other. If you think it couldn't get any harder, we both grew up in a very conservative Christian environment, and we all have intertwining lives and jobs.
Oh,
that's rough. She is now divorced and says our relationship could never be anything more. She did tell me many times that she would never be comfortable having a public relationship with a woman and that it's not what she wanted. But then when we were alone, we would be physical, and it is the depth and connection unlike anything either of us have ever felt. It's the best love I've ever experienced.
I feel like this is story time. I'm into it. I'm
This
just like
is-
here to
yeah.
listen in with viewers.
Now that she's no longer married, she has completely put up a wall and there's nothing from her. which is really confusing. I feel like I lost the love of my life, and I think she assumes things can go back to the way they were before all of this began. I can't talk to my family or friends and just feel like I should try to move on, but I feel destroyed and used and just lost. I've dated guys while growing up, but she was the first woman I was ever in a relationship with, and I do know now that I'm attracted to women. They're just more attractive to me and feel safer. Feel that. I am now in my 30s and I feel like I've lost almost 6 years and I don't have much left to give and find it hard to trust anyone. She's still in my life, but the love feels completely gone. It's devastating and I just feel like I'm going to lose it, and it is all going to come out because I'm tired of hiding, but at the same time I'm terrified. Wow. And she said
this was a lot, but I feel like it's good that we got the whole background.
Yeah.
That's really hard. Honestly, I feel like the advice I would give is probably not so positive out of this. Like, I think positive in the fact that I feel like you found yourself, you found out that now you're attracted to women. You might think that it's really hard now, but at the same time, like, you're in your prime. You know what you need and what you want. It sounds like she's been very upfront with you. The fact, I know when you guys are alone, maybe it's different, but she's told you that it can't go anywhere. So I just feel like, as hard as that is, like, I just don't.
I think in any hidden relationships, it's only okay to really hide it if you're both okay with hiding it.
You have to be on the same page.
If one person is ready to be like, this is who I am, and wants to live openly and freely and be with that person for real, and the other person doesn't, I just don't know how that would ever work. I even have friends who have been in similar situations where someone's ready to be out and the other person isn't, and it's usually a tough situation. If it's like, maybe I just need a little bit of time, then obviously that's fine to work out it and like work on it together. But if someone is like, I will never be okay being in a relationship with someone of the same sex or with another woman, I think you should sometimes just take what someone's saying and be like, yeah, you are so far from being ready for me, and you are, like you said, you're in your 30s, you're ready to find someone, you're maybe ready to, you know, let it all out.
She's divorced now with kids. Like, you guys have known
single
each other,
and she's still not ready.
Right, you've known each other now for 9 years. It's not new.
And if she's ready to go back to being fully friends and you can't do that, there's nothing wrong with that. I think there's no shame in it if it's hurting you to be friends or to be close with her, knowing everything that you had and just trying to pretend like it never happened. I think it's totally fine for you to say, listen, I just can't do it. It's not letting me move on. And I think she would understand that. And if she doesn't, then she's not good enough for you anyway. So that is that's rough.
Yeah, that's hard.
Especially to have 9 years of friendship, even if you weren't in a relationship, and lose that is...
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, move on to the next one then?
Yeah.
See, this is why I don't want to do it, because I'm like, we're not helpful.
Okay, number 2. So I need my veteran gays to help me out. So there's this girl who also follows you guys on Twitter, and to make a long story short, we have been corresponding back and forth via private messaging for over a month now. But every time I mention moving to text or phone calls, she says she just wants to be careful and not give her number out too soon. Which sort of makes sense, I guess. But then at the same time, she says she has fallen for me.
Fallen for me, she says.
This makes me feel like we're on like a catfish.
This is catfish, for sure.
Anyway, I was hospitalized a few weeks ago with pneumonia. Oh no. And she wanted to come see me. Okay, but I told her that there really wasn't any point because the hospital won't let anyone other than family visit due to flu season. She thought I was lying and made a huge deal. Fast forward, I get out. Okay, phew. Have some vacation time, suggest that we meet up, and she says she doesn't know if she's ready for that. Like, what the actual I'm so confused. She said she's in love with me and doesn't want to lose whatever we have. A few more weeks have gone by and nothing has changed. I like her personality via messaging, but I don't know. I think I need to bolt. What do you think? She seems a little what's a nice way to put it? Weird. I kind of dig the weirdness, but I don't dig the vagueness and such. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Why do I have to like the most complex of sexes?
I don't think this has to do with her being a girl. I think it has to do with her being a complete catfish.
That's the first thing that came to mind when I read that. I was like, this sounds like catfish, because you know the first thing they're like, you don't want to text, you don't want to FaceTime, you don't want to call. This is weird. This is super weird.
I think you know what you have to do. Like you said, you're like, I think I need to bolt, and you're 100% right. This is
and if she follows us, like maybe she's listening to this too, like, why are you catfishing? Well, are you a catfish? If you're not a catfish, why won't you just like text her?
Well, and she got mad at her that she said, don't come see me at the hospital. I feel like that's a weird situation. If you've never met or you're not even together, like, you can't have an argument over being like, don't come see me at the hospital, they won't let you into my room. They haven't even texted.
Yeah. Something's up.
I think one of my biggest pet peeves is when people throw around the like, I'm in love with you and stuff. It's like you talked on Twitter, private messaging, you're not in love.
There's more to the story. There's more to the story. So you got to figure it out. And then let us know because I love a good catfish story.
Yeah. Do you want to read the next one?
Okay.
This one is...
yeah, I'll read the next one. The next one's
okay,
really long.
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay, number 3. This is a great segment. Thanks, guys. Keep sending them in. I just wanted a little advice, if possible, please. My best friend and I have fallen for one another. Seems like a trend here. We're both 26 and ladies, by the way. We were both straight before this, so the feelings are very new to us. After a few months of dating, she decided that it's the right time to tell her parents. Well, that's good. I'm just not sure how they're going to take it or how supportive they will be, as I know it will likely come to a shock to them. What can I do to support her in the situation? What if they don't support or accept the relationship? I know it's probably a very generic question, but I would love any of your advice, please. The situation is new for all of us, and I'm still trying to get my head around it. Oh, I think this is something that like a lot of people probably go through.
Yeah.
We went through it.
And that's why I feel like I have many messages that are very similar to this. And it's really cute because first of all, you're obviously serious because you're both ready to tell your families, even though it's something new for both of you.
Right.
And then the questions that you're asking are adorable because you want to know how to support her and what you can do. And so that's just...
And I know, and you're both probably nervous. Like, it's really cute that she wants to tell her parents, but then I know you're nervous because you don't want things to change between the two of you.
I think we went through that because when Steph was going to tell her family, I was so nervous because I knew we were kind of ready for it and you were ready for it. But at the same time, in the back of your mind, yeah, you're like, is this going to change things? Is it just, like, I just didn't want you to be upset. So I knew if it didn't go well, I just didn't want that for you or for us. And I think that the biggest... one of the most important things is just to listen and be there and just let her know that no matter what happens, you'll still be there. And even if her family doesn't react in the best of ways, don't make any rash decisions or say anything about people who aren't your family. People need time to process things. Right. And while it's new for you, it's going to be even newer for them. And I think the worst thing that you could do is if a family didn't maybe react in the best way and you were like, yeah, screw them, you know, we don't need your family. Like, it's still family at the end of the day. So I think just listen and be there for her is really, it might not sound like much, but it'll be pretty much
And I think you both need to be on the same page about it. So say if it doesn't go well, that she needs time to process that her family isn't reacting well too. So I think it's one thing that you need to be supportive for her and that she told her family. I know it's going to be hard for you if it changes maybe the dynamic of everyone. But then also you have to realize too that now she has to go through that with her family and go through that with you. Yeah. So there's a bunch of emotions that you kind of have to take into place. And I think that's the hardest thing is that you just don't know how people are going to react. And hopefully that you guys will be stronger out of it. And hopefully if her family doesn't react well, they will come around to it. So just like don't count them out. But also guys, you don't know how they're going to react. Maybe they're going to be awesome. And I think that's another thing that we discount from people. I was going to say that. I was going to say, like, sometimes, like, we're all like, oh, no, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be a surprise, blah, blah. My family doesn't accept that. But then you don't know. Sometimes people really surprise you. So you got to give, if you're both ready.
Don't worry about it until you need to worry about it. So don't, like, if you're like, okay, I'm going to tell them in 6 months, don't just sit there worrying about it for 6 months. Like, just kind of have the best case scenario maybe in mind. Yeah.
Good luck.
Okay, yeah, good luck. I don't have an update on this one, so.
Yeah, you'll have to update us.
Have all of us rooting you on, Dan.
Oh my gosh, this is really fun. Hopefully you guys liked it.
We need wine for that next time.
We need wine, for sure.
Send us more of your situations. Yeah. We'd love to hear about them and always keep them anonymous. I've got a bunch in the bank.
I have to go through mine.
Thank you guys so much for sending in all of your juicy stories and for listening along. Hope you guys liked it. If you have any other suggestions or stories that you want to send to us, please send them to us. Don't forget to download Poshmark if you want to go shop my closet or shop some other brands. That pulled the guys ripped my hamstring. Good boy.
You're such a good.
Say bye. My moms are so annoying and I just want to play with them and they keep talking to the camera.
And then we took away all your squeaky toys.
Right.
Baby, you're so high, I don't mind a little crazy.
I'm out of the closet, but now I'm just like sharing my closet, which is basically what we do on this channel. Hands right up my butt. Love it. I did get the update to this story.
Oh, you did?
I messaged her because I was like, can I use your story on my YouTube video? And she is now in a relationship with a new girl and they're happy and she moved to
Okay, so this is, was she a catfish?
I don't know.
Oh my God, we didn't know.
We didn't know. So
That's the one part
if you're
I
the
need to know.
catfish, reach out and we'll share your side of the story. I remember so many things that I went through, and I was like, I'm the only person who's ever had to deal with this in the world, and it's insane how many people's stories are the juicy ones.
Yeah, it's true. Send us all your juice.
Okay,
bye guys.
send us all your juice.
My heat.
Yeah, I think that's probably why.
Babe, do you think we just gave this the best advice? We told 3
No.
people to break up or walk away. 1, you could do it.
Yeah, but they should have.
Yeah, it's true.
We don't need to go on a fast. I need this night to last. Slow it